Welcome back. It is yours truly, Nick of Movie AV Impulse. And today I want to talk about a horror movie that I feel deserves a 4K restoration, even though my wife is saying that it's pretty much a waste of time because this movie is cliche. And I just don't feel like that. I absolutely loved this movie when it came out. And I've owned the DVD ever since. It did come out on Blu-ray, but I feel like it still didn't do it any justice. My DVD looks just as good as the Blu-ray did. Call me crazy, but it really did. It didn't really bring much pizzazz, and I want that 4K restoration. And what movie am I talking about? Well, first, let's get into that intro. So, what horror movie am I talking about that my wife thinks I'm wasting my time on? Well, it ain't Cabin Fever, but I do have the really cool DVD slipcover for it. But this one is an Eli Roth movie, and it was presented by Quentin Tarantino, which is one of my favorite directors. But we're talking about Eli, and that is Hostel. I absolutely loved this movie, and for some reason, yes, it's a little cliche. It is, but like when you finally get to that kill room and you see all these people being tortured, I really just liked it. Do I feel like there could have been more? Absolutely. But do I feel like this needs a 4K restoration? Even more, because there is a lot of dark scenes. And once again, I've said in my previous videos, I know that sometimes it is meant for certain movies to be extremely dark. Directors really don't want you to see all the detail. And I get that. Eli, you are really not understanding. Even Quentin Tarantino is getting on that gravy train for 4K because this is the future. And physical media, we want that 4K. So you don't have one for Cabin Fever, you don't have one for Hostel, and you don't have one for The Green Inferno. I mean, these are like your three movies. These were your go-tos. And we need that restoration for Hostel first. You can leave Cabin Fever for second or third, and you could definitely leave The Green Inferno for later, but you need this. Hostel is a story of a few friends who take a European trip, backpack, and it's kind of like what everybody would love to do. I mean, I know I would love to do that at some point, but after watching this movie, I kind of was like, you know what? I'll probably never do that because I feel like this stuff really does happen. People come up missing and all that. So the storyline, don't get me wrong, it is kind of cliche. They check into this hostel and they go out partying because you're in a different country. You want to explore, and they meet these girls, and of course, them being guys, they fall for the tricks and they end up going home with these girls or back to the hostel. From there, you start discovering, okay, now the friend ends up missing, and then there's a woman that ends up missing, and it's just a whole bunch of people coming up missing that was with them or they seen in that same hostel. His friend goes and looks for him, and he himself gets captured. It's just kind of like one of those, and it's basically these girls are working for an organization that kidnaps people. They allow customers that pay them to torture these people in any way, shape, or form. And you see like a couple of glimpses when one of the guys gets kidnapped and he gets dragged by security and he's being dragged down the hallway, and you start to see like all these different rooms and all these different things that are going on. Now, in those scenes, the scenes are really, really dark and they're like split seconds. This is why I feel that we need a 4K restoration for this movie. Eli, you're really sleeping on it. If you could, Eli, let's get on that gravy train and let's get that 4K restoration going for your more popular movies. I would start with Hostel first before moving to Cabin Fever, and get back to your classics, redo them, and then ship them out for 4K. And somebody, Kino or Shout or Screen Factory, which are the same company, get it together and start doing this. Let's get on it. Sorry for my ranting. Anyways, next Wednesday, as you know, Wednesdays are always my top fives. And this one's going to be bringing you back to your childhood for top fives. Love y'all. Thank you for the support. Like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments down below. What is a 4K movie you want to see horror-wise? Because I feel like when it comes to 4K restorations, action, suspense, thrillers, and horrors really benefit if it is done right. That's the thing. It has to be done right. All right. Anyways, love ya.